Hello. So now we're going to log into the Security Manager for the first time. Select the end entity that was registered successfully. Log in. Having logged in, we can now allocate security services to role. So I'm going to allocate all the roles. Actually, they seem to be already done, but I'm going to send the request again anyway to the host. So all these services will be allocated to Security Manager role. And the host has done that successfully. We can now get the data. Also, just be on the safe side that we have the security domain data in our application, Security Manager application. And I'm doing it for domain 1, which is the system domain that was created by the PKI console. So each time a secured request is going to the host, and the host is sending the data back in a secure way, digitally signed, for the Security Manager to then add that to the application locally and to the local database. That's done. So we're now in the process of we're now able to create our first domain, which will be our business domain. So I'm going to create domain 2. So I'm adding a security domain, and I'm going to call this the IPOSUP.com. This domain will be the service domain for all services related to IPOS. The organization will be HC Service. Limited. The country will be United Kingdom. And the email address will be support@ hcservice.com. And the algorithm we're going to use for this domain will be ECC. Press add. So the domain is created now, and now under that domain, I'm going to also create a certification authority. So I want to create a certification authority that will work with this domain. So I'm going to create a root policy first for IPOSUP.com. CPS pointer. I'm going to give that, also I'm going to call that IPOSUP.com. So I'm going to give it IPOSUP.com/CPS. Object ID. Kaleem, do you remember the object ID for HC service? So we're going to call this .4, okay, because this is the IPOSUP.com object ID. It's valid for 8 years, And the extensions we will make critical. Basic constraints we'll make critical. Authority key identifier we will not make critical. Certificate policies we will not make critical. Key usage, we'll make that critical. And that's it. Okay, so we have basic and key usage. And if I look at it, the others are not critical. Authority key identifier is not critical. The certificate policy is not critical. Issuer alternate name is not critical. Subject alternate name is not critical, and neither is the subject key identifier. Okay, so we go create. This is now creating the root certification authority for IPOSUP.com. Sorry, that created the policy for certification authority. So now we can create the root CA. So there we will select the policy we just created. We will add the common name, which we're going to call IPOSUP.com. Organization, we're going to call HC Service Limited. The unit we will call UK. And we will also call GB. Done. Okay, and the address will be the company address. Country will be United Kingdom. The city will be Barnet. The region will be Hertfordshire. Postcode EN5 1DZ. Phone number and the email address. Okay, create. So this is now generating a root CA on the host for IPOSUP.com and generating the root certificate with the root keys. This will take about 30 seconds or so because we're generating the root CA key on the host. And that's been added successfully. We'll now create a user CA domain. So in the same way as the root CA, we'll select the root for it. Common name, we'll keep that to IPOSUP.com. Organization will be HC Service again. The unit will be UK and GB. The address will be 8 The Drive, New Barnet, country UK, city Barnet, region Hertfordshire, postcode EN5 1DZ. Phone number, email address. Okay, so the name is, common name is different. So it's now generating the user CA key. And the user CA certificate under the root IPOS.com's root certificate, root CA. This will take about 30 seconds as well. Yeah, it's done. So we've created the IPOS.com root policy, the root CA, and the user CA. So we'll add an RA. So under domain 2, IPOSUP.com, we'll give it IPOSUP. So we'll give it the common name IPOSUP. RA, registration, organization, IPOSUP.com, unit, UK, and GB, address, country, United Kingdom, the city, Barnet, region, Hertfordshire, postcode, phone number, and email address. We will do STD initiation and root detection. So the RA is successfully created. Now we can associate this RA with the CA. So in the domain IPOSUP.com, RA, we have IPOSUP Registration Authority, and we can link it to the IPOSUP.com user CA. And this is a description, link, RA with CA. Okay. So now this registration authority is linked with the certification authority we previously created. Okay, thank you.